Yo, what is up YouTube? It's your boy WeFox here, and this time with facecam and my awful pandemic hair. But so, the new trailer for the newest League champ just dropped, and spoiler alert, she looks sick. And although I haven't been playing nearly as much League lately as I have in the past, I still figured since the trailer looked cool, and I think there's, although it's just a minute long, there's actually quite a bit of stuff shown in it, and they basically show her whole kit, supposedly. Now, take this with a grain of salt, obviously, nothing is finalized, so these are just, like, my suppositions. So take it with a grain of salt, but let's go over it. Let's just watch it once through, and then we'll go bit by bit and I'll analyze it and talk about the abilities a little bit. So let's get into it. So Gwen, the Hallowed Seamstress.
Tools. I won't take her gift for granted. What a strange, wonderful world. I must make sure it stays that way. Still can't believe I get to move my hands and feet all on my own. No time to rest.
She looks so stylish. I love it.
What happens next? I get to decide.
Like the aesthetic and her like style of play it just looks sick. But yeah, that's a lot of information in such a short time. So let's go over it one more time, like slowing it down. I wanted to have the subtitles in because like I think this is kind of important because obviously like she's a doll. She talked about all of these, and then it's like, these were my maker's tools. So she's a doll. And so, I don't know if this is what we were supposed to get, Viega's wife. I guess not, since clearly this it's a doll. Obviously, I don't know that much about the lore, so if Viega's wife is a doll, then hey, all the power to him, I guess. But yeah, so she's a doll. And she talked about threat, and this is her first ability. Like, what she does. Let me actually slow it down. I'll mute it because it sounds weird. But like, here you see some hop, and then followed by this ability. This is supposedly two different abilities, because we'll like when we go over the whole thing, you'll see it makes a lot more sense. But like, supposedly, now once again, grain of salt, two of her three basic abilities are shown here. There's the short hop, which I'm guessing is kind of like in functionality like Kiana's W would be. And then it's just this one projectile. And then this, I assume, is her ultimate. She is glowing yellow here. I don't know if she's unstoppable or what else she can do, or does this reset her abilities or stuff like that. But note that she actually dodges Riven's ultimate here. That's important. Here's the dash again. It's now much longer, so I suppose that's longer in the ultimate, or that was just the animation for her Q. But let's go over it like slowly now. I can explain stuff here more. That's what another ability where she just like closes the scissors and snips with them multiple times. And note how she gains these like stacks from that. I was breaking this down with my friend Yudo, and he actually noted this. I didn't notice it in the beginning, but she like gets these stacks from it. Here she uses it again. Then there's another leap. She once again dodges it, and this time she moves the area with her. So I'm assuming it works like Shen dragging his sword and therefore the W area with his Q. But just note she can move the area. And now she has 5 stacks. And now when she casts the Q, it actually looks different and consumes the stacks. And there was actually, we can go over that. There was another hop. Yeah, so that earlier one, that was my bad. It was just a, you know, the animation for that. But I like her design. Like, she looks unique, but I think she fits and she looks cool. Like, it fits the doll vibe. She also has heterochromia. I like the scissors as well. There's once again this. And then here, to see, she actually goes over the Kazik W. Like, it clearly reaches, but she dodges it somehow. And this is like, if this is how it is, like, it's ridiculously powerful, especially looking at her kit and how her cooldowns seem to be. But to me, it seems like her passive is like whenever she casts an ability, she's just untangleable by projectiles. Because there she clearly dodges a projectile. Then she uses this ability. And then there comes the Swain E. Once again, dodges it and turns yellow. So this is clearly, turning yellow has something to do with the field itself. And then the multiple projectiles using this ability as once again. Moves this with her. And bam. And she clearly has some resets to her as well. So if, like, from what it looks to be, is the purpose for her short dash is literally, it's combined Kiana W and Zillion W. You have a dash and it resets your cooldowns. If that's how it works, it's incredibly powerful. Especially combined with her supposed passive, once again, Grain of Salt. I'm just farming all of you here, you know? So, Grain of Salt, but I think, like, most of the stuff here makes sense, and once you, like, look at it into the trailer a little bit more, and you just look detailed, you can really clearly, like, see what parts of her kit are where. So I think it's pretty self-explanatory. The only thing that's making me wonder is because how this showcases it is, like, really powerful. Also, it's funny because I have Twitter on my other screen, and somebody just, like, tweeted out, like, hey, can I copy your hoe? Yeah, just change it so it doesn't look obvious. And it's like the Twin Tails girl from Kill la Kill. I can't remember her name, sorry. And yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense here. Yeah, anyways, there's another clip with her gameplay. So here, once again, she casts the ult. Here she clearly casted the ultimate way before. And here she uses the Q, and with it goes over this. And even if she was just unstoppable, this would still deal damage to her and not just pass right through her. So it's not just her being unstoppable. Also, here, there's a mark on Maokai. There he goes. Once again, she dashes, but that obviously, she dashes this because obviously Hecarim Ultimate isn't a projectile. So this could be just her barely avoiding the hitbox of it. But if it isn't, and it instead dodges this, then that means it's not just projectile immunity. And it's instead, it like just dodges everything, which would be absolutely absurd. Then here's another snap. She gains some stacks. There's the empowered thingamajiggy and more snippety snaps. So she clearly has some reset mechanic to her abilities, or basically all of her abilities have charges. Either way, she can use them multiple times in a very short period of time, and that then it would make more sense that her dash actually resets the cooldown of these. But obviously it's incredibly powerful. Like, Zillion has Zillion's W is dedicated to resetting the cooldowns of his E and Q, and it does nothing else. Kiana's W has a dash, but it only resets her Q. This girl has a dash that resets both of the other basic abilities. So yeah, that would be a bit crazy, especially combined with the fact if her passive is what it looks to be. So yeah, Riot has been really liking these sort of kid fusion champions lately, like Samira or Seraphine or Rel. They all feel like combinations of multiple kits, but my hair is bothering me. But yeah, she definitely looks cool, but if the kit is how it seems to be, then that'll be extremely powerful, so yeah. There's once again a dash. There's the ultimate. She completely goes unfazed by the Elise W. Once again, dash and a bada bing. The scissors and another projectile. So yeah, she definitely I like her aesthetic. I like her style, like her being a doll that uses threads and scissors and stuff like that. I definitely like that. Her kit seems fun. But yeah, if her kit is what this suggests, obviously they don't straight up show or tell anything. They definitely show, but they don't straight up tell anything. So I could be misinterpreting things. But still, like having a field that she can move to another zone at least once. Having a projectile that has either a melee skill that both have either charges, very low cooldowns, or are reset with another skill, which is a dash, and then having access to at least projectile intangibility. It all sounds pretty crazy. But once again, lastly, take this with a grain of salt. It's just analysis, and although some things I think are self-explanatory, especially the passive is still obviously not sure, but that's how it seems like. I'm just breaking down stuff here. But yeah, she seems fun, she seems cool, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing her abilities actually revealed and seeing whether or not we actually hit the nail or completely miss it. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and until the next random upload whenever. So have a good one, y'all, and peace out.